Have you ever felt stuck in life, like something was holding you back from moving forward, and then suddenly everything opens up in front of you? What would you do if you had to make a quick decision and had to completely trust a stranger? This true story will challenge your view of time, of the control you try to hold on to, and even of your faith. A tired doctor, a steep hill, and a line of cars that seemed endless. The clock was unforgiving. She had to get there, and every second lost increased the guilt, the frustration, and the fear of failing again. But in the middle of the chaos, she did something most people wouldn't. It wasn't honking, it wasn't overtaking. It was something much simpler, and at the same time, powerful. That attitude, quiet and invisible to those watching from the outside, opened the way, literally. And more than that, it inspired 9 other people who were stuck just like her to make the same choice. This story might seem small, but if you've ever felt late, pressured, or blocked by something beyond your control, stay with me until the end, because what happened that day might change how you react to your own delays, and even how you define a delay. Amanda was the kind of doctor who went above and beyond for her patients. Her schedule was always full, her pace intense, but she made a point to listen to every person with care. That afternoon, a simple exam turned into something more serious. The last appointment of the day ran long, and with it, the clock became her enemy. Amanda knew every minute lost could compromise her ability to pick up her daughter from school. She got in the car, heart racing, mind flooded with time calculations. She knew the school didn't tolerate delays. This would be the 3rd time in less than a month. And if it happened again, everything would have to be reorganized. New schedules, a whole new routine. A life already stretched thin was threatening to break. Over minutes. Then came the hill. Traffic was at a standstill, 8 cars ahead. A truck slowly crawling upward, no room to pass. Time, already tight, now seemed to mock her. Each second slipping away like sand through her fingers. While other drivers honked, complained, or just waited, Amanda did something different. She prayed. She closed her eyes for a moment, took a deep breath, and silently asked God for just one thing. Help me not to lose another moment. Nothing changed right away. The truck kept moving slowly, but then it happened. The driver stuck his hand out the window, a simple gesture, almost imperceptible. He was signaling that the road was clear. There was Amanda, faced with a sign that wasn't guaranteed, from a total stranger, in a moment of total tension. But she chose to trust. She hit the gas, moved forward, and what happened next was even more surprising. 9 other cars, which had also been stuck, trusted that same signal. They trusted Amanda. According to human behavior experts, our decisions, in traffic and in life, are rarely fully rational. Most of the time, we rely on social cues, looks, gestures, movements. It's what psychologists call the social validation response, a mechanism that makes us observe others to determine if it's safe, if the time is right, if it's the right path. In Amanda's case, that simple gesture from the driver, his hand out the window pointing to a clear road, served as a silent signal of leadership. She didn't know who he was, but her body responded before her mind even processed it. If he went, maybe I can go too. This phenomenon is also known as herd behavior, but in this case something more subtle was happening. It was as if at that moment, the gesture of a stranger represented something bigger, an answer, a permission. And that's where Christian psychologists come in. They interpret moments like this through the lens of an eternal principle. Do everything within your reach with responsibility, and then rest. Rest in the confidence that God sees what we cannot, that He is in control of the invisible variables, time, traffic, risks. It's like walking down a foggy road. You can only see as far as the next curve, but God sees the entire map. That surrender is not passivity. It's courage. It's emotional and spiritual maturity. It's understanding that trying to control everything isn't a sign of strength, but trusting is. But why did Amanda trust so quickly? How did she know it was safe to move forward? What if it had been a mistake? What makes someone risk everything based on a gesture? And more. Why did her action impact so many others at that moment? You're about to understand how something that seems small can carry a deep lesson on how to live with less anxiety and more faith. What Amanda did that day was much more than following a truck. She followed a direction that didn't come from the rearview mirror or from logic. It came from within. She chose to trust, even without having all the answers. And she discovered something that many people only learn after a long time. Sometimes the path only opens when we let go of control, when we stop trying to predict every step and simply do what we can with what we have where we are. Maybe you're going through something similar right now. Maybe you're waiting for an answer, a change, a confirmation, and it feels like nothing is moving. But what if it's not the road that's blocked? What if it's just the fear of taking the next step without knowing everything that comes after? Do what's within your reach. Take that step. And then, trust. Not just in any direction, but in the one who sees farther than you. As Psalm 9:10 says, "Those who know your name trust in you, for you, Lord, have never forsaken those who seek you." God sees beyond the hills, the delays, and the red lights. He's already at the place you haven't yet arrived. And if you keep going, you'll see that the road was being prepared all along, even when everything seemed stuck. If this story spoke to you, if at any point you felt like Amanda, trapped in something you can't control, with time against you and your heart overwhelmed, then do this. Comment below with one word that represents what you need to trust God with today. It might be family, more decision, more job, more time, or simply faith. We'll read and pray for you. And if you know someone who feels stuck, paralyzed, or suffocated by waiting, share this video with them. You might be the gesture they need today. And don't forget, if the road seems closed, that doesn't mean there's no way out. Sometimes the answer comes at the exact moment you surrender and trust. If this touched your heart, leave a like, hit the bell, and subscribe. Every week we share stories like this to strengthen your faith and to remind you that God is never late. He acts at the right time.